Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Can We Be Honest? Y'all in the car with me today because I'm actually kind of busy. I just stopped to get a little quick bite. Last episode, briefly go through it. We were talking about what you need to unlearn as a wife. Um, Hold on, let me get my points. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Last points we had things you need to unlearn as a wife. When you unlearn those things, how can you unlearn those things? And what do you need to do to unlearn those things? Listen, seek God, pray, fast. And that kind of caps up the first episode. This episode two will go more in depth about why I was so promiscuous, where that I can't even get the word promiscuity came from. Um, and making decisions from that contaminated place in me that was unhealed, unresolved, and you know, ooh, I'm so sorry, y'all. What I needed to do to make better decision making processes. So of course we're gonna jump right in. The first question is, where did the promiscuity come from? So from ages 9, I would say like 9 through, yeah, 9 and 10, I was being molested um by, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to like whatever, but I was molested for a little period. I was molested by two brothers, and it was in, two different years. You know what I'm saying? One year it was this brother, the next year was this brother, and they lived in my household. And I didn't have the protection, the support, or a listening ear, or any safety in my household that I felt like nobody can take that from me because that's my God honest truth. If I if I as a child come to my parent, my mom wasn't in the household, so it was me, my dad, my grandma, and a few uncles. And for a child to come to their people and let them know what's going on with them, excuse me, and everybody brush it under the rug as if don't tell nobody, what happens in this house stays in this house. That's a real thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was the era I grew up in. I grew up in that era of what happens in this house stays in this house. So I was the kid that was still telling it all. Like, I would still go to school and tell my counselors what was going on at home, but I didn't want them to interfere because I didn't want my family locked up, you get what I'm saying, or to be taken from my family. It was still a lot of things that it was a lot of things that I was just scared to do, like, especially after knowing I don't have any protection. So one, I was scared to say anything because I thought that they might, hurt my family because I said something. Second was, even when I did say something, my family really didn't do anything, and it was like it was just brushed under the rug. So it was just like I just seeked for my counselors and stuff, and I would cry to them and I would tell them what's going on, and they would just, tell me like everything gonna be okay, but you don't really feel like that. So the next thing is, how did I end up in the sheets? Well, it says how did you end up in the sheets? But I ended up in the sheets a lot. I think I lost my virginity at like 15. I lost my virginity at 15 to, you know, being young and dumb, and end up getting pregnant. But after that, And that betrayal of that person and that man, it opened up anger in me, really. And I wanted vengeance. So I was that female that had a hit list. If I wanted to hit you, you was hit. Point blank, period. It wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So being promiscuous, it was just like I just wanted somebody to value me. I just wanted somebody to love me. I just wanted somebody to appreciate me. I just wanted somebody to show me, attention without it being taken, and snatched away from me. And I wouldn't really pretty much say like attention. I just wanted it was attention. I really wanted love, and I was looking for it in all the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you conversated with me good, if you gave me the little attention that I wanted, if you was that company that I wanted, you got me. I don't care what nobody say about you or nothing, because the void that I needed filled, you in that spot right now. So I don't care what nobody say about you. I need you in that spot because I don't really want to deal with that trauma yet. I want to feel safe. Oh, there you go. I was looking for safety. I was looking for safety and I was looking for love, but I was running into lust and all type of other things. And it just it went downhill so fast with me. Next, what brought you to see the root of how it all started? I will never forget my my ex-husband. He used to be like, you act like a nigga. You can't let no man love you because you act like a nigga. You want to be a man so bad. Oh, shout out to the red onion. Garrow cheese fry. Yeah, don't play with me. They own it with all the food that I miss at home. But okay. I forgot what I was saying because I'm being fat. Hold on. Oh Lord. Okay. Sorry. But what made me realize the root cause, we was having an argument one day, and my dad would like try to get into the arguments because he was living with us at the time. He would get into the arguments and he'll, I get dressed and leave and act like I'm finna go cheat. That ain't funny, but I was. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that whole 6 years I was with him, I ain't never cheat on him. I ain't never step out, never had sex with nobody else. Like, I was completely faithful. So I wanted him to hurt how he was hurting me. So when we got into arguments and stuff, I get dressed up real nice and look real pretty, do my hair and everything, just go out to eat by myself. Literally. I'll go out to eat to our favorite spots. That was my cheating. Go without him and then come back with food and tell him he can't have none. But he'll still eat it anyway. But one time we was arguing and he was saying, you can't let me be a man because you want to be the man. Mind you, from all that trauma and being around hood niggas and coming from, the hood, I turned into a nigga. Like, I'm moving like niggas. I'm talking like niggas. I'm thinking like niggas. I'm busting niggas down, how niggas busting females down. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, you couldn't have told me I wasn't no pimp. That's how I felt. And when I got married and when we was in that marriage, all of that was exposed. From my dad being messy and saying, like, he would be like, you better watch her. She like to, I know what she be on, you know. And it used to hurt so bad because I'm just like, why do you think that of your daughter? Why you feel like I ain't changed, and why you even saying that to him and putting that in his head to make him feel like I'ma just go be, a whore on him? Like, I'm not. Yeah, I'm trying to portray that I am, but that man know as well as I know I ain't finna go do nothing. I'm finna go eat. And I'll never forget, I gotta find that Snapchat video. I had got in the car and I had cried so bad because it was just like, I didn't even understand that all of that from way back when would not only come up, but show me why I turned out the way I turned out. So, my topic two is trauma, unresolved issues, and abandonment. because I was so used to being abandoned by everybody, because I was so used to people using and abusing me, because I was so used to people walking out on me, I was that fight or flight. You feel me? Like, all right, it ain't going my way. You ain't love. So, if you ain't, it keep falling, y'all. I'm sorry. If you not loving on me properly, or it ain't going my way, and I wanted everything to go my way. I was spoiled too. So, because I was having my way with niggas, and I was a dancer and I was a stripper, and I was doing whatever I wanted to do, I ain't want to listen to no nigga, especially after they done hurt me. I felt like, nigga, you gonna listen to me, or you gonna either get with it or get lost. I used to say that all the time. Like, nigga, you either gonna get with it or get lost. This is just how I am. Not knowing that I'm traumatizing somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we might be going through problems. Things might be hard, but if somebody's sitting here telling you what they seeing in you to help you, and to help you grow, and to let you know, like, no, that's not right, you should really try to take heed and take that time to really listen. The unresolved issues was my daddy issues. I wanted a nigga to be my daddy and be my protection so bad, because I feel like my daddy didn't protect me when he was supposed to. I feel like my daddy should have killed the nigga who touched on me. I feel like my daddy. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. My allergies. It is hot to call it today. I'm trying to air out. Hold on. It's so hot. And stuff up in. But I just wanted a nigga to be my daddy. I wanted a nigga to be my safe place. So the slightest little moment that I feel safe with you, that I can feel comfort in with you, I'm spilling it all, and I'm giving you every part of me. I was the type, when it comes to the abandonment part, I was that type of female, and still learning from it now. I be wanting to hold on to everything, because I feel like I ain't gonna have nothing, or like everybody gonna leave me high and dry again, because it's happened so much in my life. I be holding on to all the wrong people, seeing how they move, seeing what's going on, knowing what folks doing. You get what I'm saying? And I don't be can, because I don't want to be alone. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be by myself. And it ain't that I can't live without a nigga. It's not that. It was just, I just wanted somebody I can call whenever I could call them, and they'll come and comfort me whenever I wanted it. That's the Holy Ghost job. The Holy Ghost is the comforter. And I had to realize I'm sitting here looking for Jesus in a man. I'm looking for a father, when really God is the only and true father. So the word says, when thy mother and thy father forsake thee, then I, the Lord, when your mother and father forsake you, then I, the Lord, will take you up. I watched God be my mom and my daddy when I felt abandoned. And as soon as any type of trauma came back around, I was going backwards, and I was reverting to a whore. I ain't care who I was getting it from. I ain't care who it was. I ain't care what was going on. I just needed you to be what I needed you to be at that moment, until I was done with you. Then when I was done with you, all right, you can go on about your business. But that's not right. The third topic is the fall of contaminated decision making processes. Choosing like that after I got out that marriage, and not caring, being careless, not watching out what I'm doing, I done ran into some horrible niggas. You hear me? I don't want to talk about them. I ain't gonna say folks horrible, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And because I still was so insecure, because I was still so, I felt so abandoned by my ex, and I felt like he should have did me right, and he should have fought for our family, or whatever the case may be. I was running into whoever arms that showed me some attention, that made me laugh, that comforted me, and that put me in a lot of messed up situations. And I dealt with a lot of folks that I ain't really have to, or I'm sitting here lowering my value for people that see my value and don't care about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, as any person, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, if you see that somebody naive and they insecure, and you can get what you want out of them. If you have that mindset, oh, you gonna play till you can't no more. So it was just like I wasn't being careful. I wasn't watching out. And even if I was, I still didn't care because you was filling a void. Everybody done left me. My family wasn't there for me. I got a sibling. My sibling wasn't there for me. My OG done died. Dude done did me dirty and let me know we not married. I'm not really as close with my family as I would like to be. So it was just like, if I feel a little bit of safety with you, I bet you an adult. And you an adult good. I'm talking about I'm finna treat you good. I'm finna treat you like you man. Whole time I know you ain't man. But because I don't want you to go nowhere, now I'm performing like a clown. I'm performing, trying to do my best to show you I'm a good woman. I'm performing to try to, whether it's with education, sex, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. I'm performing. It's not like you can just, it's not like, I'm just allowing them to just be around me. No, I'm sitting here doing the utmost so they won't leave. And whole time they still gonna leave. You get what I'm saying? They still gonna leave because they don't want to deal with a damaged woman. I don't care if they was damaged or not. Anybody that see damage in people, just like me. If I see a lot of trauma in you and a lot of damage, you got too much on your plate, baby. But they be like, baby, you got too much dip on your chip. You got too much dip on your chip, baby. I don't want to fool with that. So it was just like I had to realize that I really needed to sit back and heal, not keep trying to run to niggas and sex and drugs and alcohol, but really sit down and listen. It ain't even like I don't hear the Lord talking to me. I be hearing the Lord, and because I feel like, no, I'm tired of listening to you because it's still not working. People still traumatizing me. People still abandoning me. Oh, I want to cry. People still abandoning me. People still leaving me. I was mad at God. I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to hear him telling me it's okay. I can sit this one out and just let him heal me. I didn't want to hear that. I wanted what I wanted. And I had to learn the hard way with so many things. Like I'm being stupid, not listening. Man, I don't care if they a sinner or a saint. You can learn something from everybody. You can learn something from everybody. And if you just really pay attention, God speak through people. If he can use an ass, a donkey, to tell somebody and warn somebody, you don't think he can use a sinner to sit here and tell you something? You get what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like, here I was thinking I was holier than thou too. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm in Christ. I feel like I can't be touched. I feel like can't nobody tell me nothing. I feel like my walk with Jesus was, top tier. But God had to show me, even with me, baby, you get a whooping too. I'm no respecter of persons for a reason. You don't get a pass just because you hurt. You don't get a pass just because people traumatizing you and you don't know how to deal with it. Your job is to come to me and give me that burden because it's not for you to carry. So it's just like, even going through that, I was still trying to be Captain Save a Hoe with niggas. I wanted them to get the healing that I was getting, and they wasn't ready for it. They wasn't looking for it. So, it just got crazy. So I just thank God for showing me myself through a lot of things. That's it. That's all I got. Episode 3 will be next week. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna bring my food. And y'all going about that day.